Good morning.
Good people. Saturday, July 9th, 2022. This is Spade of Spades Podcast. We are back in the studio. Forget the weather. I know the weather's bad outside, but we're alive. We got all 10 fingers, 10 toes, both arms, both legs. Got movement in our body. So y'all here with us. So it's all good. We here with another edition of the show.
Yes, sir.
And in studio.
Hi everyone.
Jasmine. So, okay, real quick. Me and Jasmine go way back. Like before.
Way back.
Before you came up, I was telling, I was saying I haven't seen her since middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Long time.
Yeah.
I still look the same though.
Yeah.
Everybody say that. I still got my little baby face. Still look the same.
And I look the same too. Like this.
Yes, you do.
Evidently my family don't understand that because, granted, I was in the military for 8 years. I was gone for 5, but between that 5-year period, I would come back and forth for leave,
right?
Holidays,
right?
Whatever. So at that point in time, I was barefaced.
Mm-hmm.
No facial hair, nothing. Obviously, since I've gotten out, I grew out my beard. Mm-hmm. And so now when I go to family functions, people, my family look at me. Some of them look at me weird. Like,
Uh-huh.
they hit me with this, and they'll just stare. And I'll walk over, and I'll say, "You don't know who I am, do you? You don't know who I am, do you?" Yeah, that's me. A little bit. Nothing different but this.
This is the facial hair make you look a little older, but you still look the same. You look the same.
My family never had an issue recognizing me because I had a beard when I graduated, so it wasn't out to here, but it was noticeable. So they saw me before I was bald headed, so I was good. But people, it's surprising that people from childhood, when I see it, they still recognize me, and I'm like, okay, no, you still got that baby face right here. You just bald headed, got a beard, so it be like that. It really does be like that. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
I'm glad I
yeah.
still got my baby face. We age like wine.
I know.
Yeah, we do. But Jasmine, glad to see you doing well.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
No problem.
I'm honored to be here.
I was telling her as well before we started. I've been trying to get her on for a while, but I wasn't sure whether she was here locally because she's a travel nurse, and so being a travel nurse, it can kind of get complicated as far as the whole, just the language. Because when people hear travel nurse, they think, okay, well you can be across the pond, you could be in another country, but you could be here locally too. It just depends on what kind of contract you're on and whatnot. So, real quick, for those who don't know you, I know your family's watching. What's up, family?
Hi, fam.
So tell everyone, about yourself a little bit, what you do, what you got going on.
Okay, so my name is Jasmine. I am a nurse. I've been in the medical field for 6 years.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I've been a nurse going on.
Already?
Yep. But I've been a nurse only for 2.5, going on 3 years.
Okay.
Because before I was just a tech, I was working in the ER.
Okay.
So yeah, I got my experience, and I decided to do travel nursing just because a lot of these facilities they don't really care about their employees. So I say, you know what, I'm going to do something where I feel like I have more control over my schedule. I tell them what I want. This is the days and times that I can work, and then most times I get what I ask for. So that's why. And going back to what you said about the travel contracts, you can either be locally or you can go across the state lines. It's just all in what you want to do. So being as though I have family here, I have an 8-year-old daughter, I can't necessarily go out of state just yet, but it will be in the works. Everything good?
Take a break. Okay. We are having a little difficulties, technical difficulties. We'll be right back, y'all.
KcFromTheAve, yeah.
and freshmen with stayed all 4.
Gotcha.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly. So it was like, but I really wasn't close with my class. 2010, I wasn't.
Sure, I was.
I wasn't. Most of my friends was like 11, 12. I just wasn't.
Most of my friends was 08, 09.
Well, that too.
Of course.
Well, that too, yeah. Upperclassmen, yeah.
11. Some are 12 because of my sister.
A lot of 12 for me. A lot of 12 and 11, mostly.
I would say mine was more so 2010.
Yeah.
Because
I
a lot of...
I grew up with a lot of them.
Yeah, cause I think because a lot of my class did a lot of freshman stuff early in middle school, and then they was on another level, like another level. You know how you start with U.S. history, then you go to, you know what I'm saying? They did some of that in middle school, and I didn't do that. So a lot of my classes was with 2012 and 11. So, and then I was less. I matured a little bit too. Not as fast as other people, so I probably, was with the younger crowd. So,
that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You made it about it. That's all that matters.
I was going to do that. I was definitely going to do that.
I think for me, before we get back on topic, but I think that's why I'm gonna put my kids in public school, because if we survived, right, and we're doing great, amazing things out here.
It's just like public school, like you learn life lessons, and I feel like in private school, especially, I've never been to private school, but I know people that been to private school, and I see other stories from private school. It's just like its perception of reality is different.
True.
Because it depends on how the private school is. You know what I'm saying? So you would think one thing is one way, and it's really not. Especially if you go to like a Christian in school and all that, you don't got a chance to have no individuality and none of that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I would love to like send my kids to a good, like in a good county, a good public school instead of a private school.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or
it's like a school like the I Promise that LeBron has, something like that. I'd do that. I wouldn't do private school.
Nah. Do you feel like public school kind of prepared you for life?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Even though at the time, like, I hated going to Duval because I wanted to be at Rose. Because as far as from a athletic standpoint, like I knew the football coaches, I knew the track coaches.
Gotcha, yeah.
They used to run a lot of the off-season camps that all the kids across the area would come to at the school. So like I knew them. So when I couldn't get into the school, I was kind of bitter. And so I didn't. So in hindsight, that made me not want to be at Duval. But once I got to Duval and I got entrenched into the culture and just being around everyone, I loved it.
Yeah. That's why I said I wish I would have came back, because Duval was it was different compared to like the other schools. Like I knew people at the other schools, but at Duval I just felt just more comfortable. Like you said, just being engulfed in that culture and just, I don't know, it was just...
Duval was a vibe, man.
It was.
Duval was a real vibe. It was a vibe. It was some foolishness happening in there, but it was a vibe.
Right.
Really went down to the teachers. Like, the teachers used to call me Scoop. That's how much of a vibe it was. Like, most of my teachers did not call me by my real name unless they was taking roll. Sometimes not even then. Scoop, you here? Yes, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It was a vibe. I love Duval, especially like a lot of people. My bad. It's somebody random on my live throwing me off. But what's the name? It was just something about just the culture of Duval. It's like if you graduated Duval, like you stamped Duval. Like, yeah, I went to Duval. I'm not ashamed of it.
Right.
I'm a tiger.
Right.
And I bleed orange and black. Period. You know what I'm saying? So it just...
But even right now, I heard they got like some good programs at Duval, and a lot of people don't know about that. They just have this stigma that it's the worst school ever. But I have a cousin who graduated from there. Shout out to Gianna, and she was actually in one of the programs there. I don't remember exactly which one, but yeah, she was telling me about it, and she actually loved it. She like beforehand, she had the same thing. Like people was telling her, "Why you going to Duval? That's not, you shouldn't go there." But she actually came out of there, and she she just graduated from college not too long ago, so she's doing really well.
The school doesn't make you; you make the school.
That's a fact.
You know, just make the most out of the opportunities that you have while you're there. You know, get your education, mature. You know, over time. Because I mean, there were people that when we were in school, I'm like, damn, you made it out of here, and they doing great for themselves right now.
Yep.
Like just looking back,
prime example, Gio. He stayed in the hallway. He admitted it on the show.
Yeah, my cousin. Yeah.
And now look at him. Real estate Asian. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So Jazz, going back to your journey as a nurse.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm kind of interested in that.
Obviously, we're still kind of in the middle of this COVID thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So how was 2020 for you?
2020 actually was rough. So I was actually just getting started, kind of, sort of like getting like my experience. So it was rough.
Oh, I can imagine because you just getting started and you got to see all that.
Yeah, going in there. Now I had switched specialties. Like I said, I was doing ER, but I went to the OR. But it was still rough because you still have COVID patients. If they had emergency surgeries, we still had to go in and take them. So just going in there, making sure you gear up, you put your PPE and all of that, but it was still rough because you go in there, you scared, you like, I don't want to bring this back home to my family. None of that, And yeah, I've seen some stuff so I started out at Washington Hospital Center, and you see a lot of things there in the OR. You get your gunshot wounds come in, you get, your car accidents, but a lot of like the gunshot wounds, it could be a little brutal. So watch and see that. This one guy I remember. Oh, never mind. I don't think I can go into it. I'm not gonna go into it.
No problem.
Yeah, because HIPAA and all that. It's just certain things I can't. But I wish I could tell y'all some of the stories and things that I've seen. But yeah, no, it was rough. But we coming up out of it a little bit. We seeing a little COVID like spikes here and there, but for the most part, it's dwindling down.
What's that word that was thrown around? Herd immunity. We pretty much have that now.
Right. So
for the most part. So yeah, no, just I know when everything jumped off the way it did in 2020. Just all the time I was just thinking about the medical people.
You was seeing them breaking down on TikTok or Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
Like that, it was sad, and then they was saying the horror stories they was going through. I was praying for them, bro. I was like,
and the thing that was most scary, and really for all of us,
on top of other life shit they got dealt with, you know what I'm saying, bro? I was like, man,
because the thing that was the most scary was the fact that the unknown.
Exactly.
Like when we was in those moments when we was living through all that, we didn't know what was what. Like things was evolving. Like I remember I was going to see these.
It was changing by.
Yeah.
I want to feel like it was changing by the minute. Yeah. Even in the hospitals. Well, you gotta wear this, you can only be in the rooms for this certain amount of time, or then it changes. No, it can be this amount of. It was by the minute everything was changing, and at some points I felt like y'all don't even know.
Right.
Y'all, y'all higher ups or, doctors, who, y'all don't even know nothing about this meeting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but we made it through. Knock on wood, I haven't caught COVID, even though I've been in the rooms, I've been taking care of the patients. Thank God I haven't.
Glory. Thank you.
So yeah, that's a blessing.
Yeah, because I caught it before the vaccine was available.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Yeah, I know.
Like that 3-4 day period.
I was praying for you, bro.
That 3-4 day period. When did I catch it? It was like September of 20.
Yeah.
That 3-4 day period.
Bro, I work at a restaurant, so I got pick up after people after they and then ate, drink, and all that. Let me tell you something. I ain't never sanitized my hands so much.
Like before, the amount that I'm doing now is way more than the amount I did before. I always wash my hands, but I'm talking about like sanitizer, using the hands. I'm telling you, I'm washing my hands, putting sanitizer on. I'm not playing with y'all. Because I was really worried because when the pandemic hit, it was hitting heavy set people hard. Like hard.
Yep.
So I was really, bro, I was anxious, bro. When we went to Power and we was like shoulder to shoulder with people, I was praying in Power, bro, like for real. Because I'm like, I want to have fun, but at the same time, I don't want to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to live, but it's like, you want to live at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do your you want to do what you do normally, but you can't because... You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because when I caught it, what was driving my symptoms was the fever.
Yep.
That was the catalyst.
Yep.
Because I had all the symptoms except loss of taste and smell. I still had that. But everything else underneath that, fever included, I had it.
Yep.
Body aches. I mean everything. So.
But that's what I would say. I think it's actually been around a little bit longer than when it came out because all those symptoms that they were talking about, I want to say that I had that before it came out. That's what I said. I never been diagnosed, so let me take it back. I never been diagnosed with COVID, but all of those symptoms before, that they were talking about, I had that back in December.
Of 19.
Of 19. And then March of 2020 is when they shut everything down about it. But I had everything, like you said, that fever I couldn't get rid of, the fatigue. I couldn't walk from here to my bathroom without getting winded.
Yeah, I remember I was so weak. I mean, my breathing was fine, but I was so weak I couldn't do one push up.
That's crazy.
One push up.
One push-up? That week?
I could not do one push-up, bro.
Man, that was scary. That was some scary stuff, man, for real.
But,
you had to be careful.
It's, like you said, Jazz, we're kind of out of it a little bit, even though it's still floating around.
It's still here, though.
But, they say across the country, like over 1 million people has passed away. So over 1 million people out of the population is gone.
Yeah.
So, the fact that we all still here, got our health, still breathing the air, it's a blessing. But
that's a fact.
Let's move on to a little bit lighter note. So you also had something else going on as well.
Yes.
So talk about your business a little bit.
So my business is New Life Hydration, as you can see on the shirt.
I would like to stay hydrated.
I know. You got to. But and it kind of goes into all of this, even with COVID. So I'll give you a little bit of a stat. So they say 75% of the U.S. is chronically dehydrated, and you don't.
I can believe that.
You know what I mean?
I can believe that.
So my business, which is IV therapy. And you get pretty much this cocktail of vitamins that helps with dehydration, fatigue. If you a gym junkie, you go to the gym all the time, it helps with muscle recovery. Yeah, so I even have something for the ladies. If you into skincare, I have we have antioxidants called glutathione that actually helps with brightening your skin, helps with acne and things like that.
Glutathione.
Yeah.
That glutathione.
Yeah, so that's in a nutshell what it is. And I'm actually going to be branching off and doing some extra things as far as the beauty services because, as women, we love to look good.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be doing probably some medical grade facials.
Okay.
And
I like
a lot of ladies
sound.
are into like the lip fillers and the Botox and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to tap into that too. He said no Botox.
Yeah, and all that, it ain't cheap.
No, it's
Botox,
not.
I don't like
Botox not cheap
especially
at all.
the lips. I don't like it. It look like overboiled hot dogs. Like when you putting the hot dogs too long in the bowl in the butt.
I just want to
right.
like a thumb tap and just.
But sometimes they do it so good you don't even know.
Sometimes if you can't tell, you can't tell. But when you can tell, like you was around some bees. Like what's wrong with you? Like you gonna go sit down?
Throw some darts.
No bull.
Don't do that.
I be, you know what? I be always be messing with girls about, and she can assist to this. The eyelashes.
I love them though. I don't have none on today, but I
be messing with girls, especially when I was at work. Hey, bruh, I be like, you don't never catch no flies, because I'm like, it's so big. You ain't never like, yeah, girl. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what? I don't get it.
That.
You know what?
Them,
I don't get it. I don't really mind the lashes.
I don't get it.
It's just when it gets too obnoxious.
Yes, but I don't get it. I never heard no dude was like, yeah, I was gonna mess with her, but her eyelashes just wasn't it for me, dog. It wasn't. I never heard a dude say that.
Exactly. So why you complaining?
I never even heard a lesbian say that. You know what I'm saying? I never heard nobody say.
But you know what, Jazz?
Get it.
I mean, ask your fiance this too, though. But we pay attention to stuff like that. We may not say nothing.
Pay attention to eyelashes.
Yes.
Well, goddamn eyelashes.
My fiance, he does. He pays attention to eyelashes. He does. But
you beautiful. I don't give a care about your eyelashes. You can have full eyelashes to be fugly. Okay, what are you talking about?
Eyelashes are fine in moderation. Yeah, I mean they are.
Yes, I'm not denying that.
If they're not obnoxious, I don't mind.
It's a beauty thing. It's to enhance.
I just don't get it.
It's to enhance our beauty. We already beautiful.
I get the makeup and all that. It's that and the extra long nails.
No.
Well, I can't do the long nails because of my line of work. I can't do the long nails.
Ask them how they wipe their ass, bro. Well, I do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I understand you do it. Why you gotta go through so much?
Nah, they be having a helper. Ain't no way, bro.
Nah, you find ways to get around it.
I don't even want to know.
Right, you find ways to get around it.
The way this girl described to me how she did it, because I was playing on how you would do it. She was like, "Nah, that's how I really do it. I, do it to the side
with the knife hand." Hey, listen,
I like, why I go through that?
If you like it, I love it, I guess.
Look, you know what I'm saying? I don't into no squabble.
I don't understand it, bro. It just looks. It's like claws.
What happens if you gotta hurry up and do something?
You can't open no soda can with those on.
No, they know how to do it.
They can't unzip in their pants.
Yes, you can. Look, we women, we find ways around it. That's what I said.
Now, that's one thing I can't. The amazing ways that women do stuff to make man, I'm telling you, that hair wig they be doing, amazing. That's so genius. That hair wig they be doing, they had the edge of the wig on the hat, and you just
put it right on.
Nothing happened. You look good in the mug.
It's not enough time in the show for all of this.
I know, right?
You can go on and on and on. I mean, I love the things y'all do to have.
I love it. I love it. I just think some of it is.
It's just like, because like we be so afraid to like say something like you really don't need to. Because
I say it. I'm like, wow.
We get it also too. Like it's not specifically for us. It's for you all.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't know. So I just be like, babe, you don't have to put on makeup everywhere we go, or you don't have. I just help boost that confidence a little bit, knowing that okay, yes, you like doing this. However, you don't have to do this all the time for me, or just for you in general. It's
I mean, like I said, a lot of times it's for the women. It helps them feel good. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's about moderation. You know what I'm saying? We got this dude with these tight ass pants on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I can't.
With the Beijing, you know what I'm saying? We be doing too much too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That Beijing be ridiculous. I hate when a barber do that Beijing and not ask you. They just come up with the airbud. I'm like, ain't nobody asked for that. I didn't ask for none of this. You don't brush that shit off. I'm like, what?
Does he mean lace? Oh yeah, I think that's what you was.
What are you talking about?
Lace front.
Yeah, that's what you was referring to.
Terminology.
Oh, and he was talking about the ones too, like when it's in the hat, it's like round inside the hat.
And they
just brush it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that the hat tight.
All right, let's move on to our topics of the day.
Okay.
So we got two of them.
Okay, hold on. I got one quick question about being like a traveling nurse. Is it like a contractors? Like how like contractors be, far as I would say like that can be fun or that can be
similar,
like real awful.
It depends. If you're someone who, let's say you can adapt to change really well, it can work for you. But if you're someone who likes routine and you like a day-to-day certain schedule, then it's sorry.
No, you good.
Then it might not be for you. You know what I mean? I'm not a very structured person. Like, I have to do this, that, and the third, and in a certain order. So, if you can, like I said, adapt to change, you're good. I personally like going to different facilities because, let's say I start at one hospital, I'm there for what. Your contracts can range from 4 weeks all the way up to 13 weeks, or you can extend. But once my contract is up, if I don't like the facility or I don't like how you was treating me, I can just move on. I don't have that obligation to stay there. I'm not, tied to this company in any type of way. So
like if you're there for 2 weeks, you don't got to stay for the 2 weeks.
It's best if you do. You don't necessarily have to.
Yeah, because you don't want to
You don't want let's say you want to go back in the future. They'll remember that, you know what I mean? They'll kind of blackball you a little bit, but if it's not working out, you don't have to stay in that contract.
Okay. Because I know I used to do a lot of temp work, and I used to work with a lot of contractors, and I know they go like the state. They mostly live in hotels, and they get it paid off and all that. And I was wondering, like, because you local or you do a little.
So right now I do local.
Have you done like overall in different states and stuff?
Yeah, so I've been to Florida, but other than that, I've stayed in the States because my daughter is here. Like I was saying, it's kind of harder to do the States. But I'm gonna be doing it soon. She's getting a little bit older.
And be tasteful with it, so you can still be home with with
my baby.
I can understand that. And they like pay for like your food and board and all that.
Yep. So you get a stipend for your food. You get a stipend for your housing, and that's actually how a lot of travel nurses make the bulk of their money because your stipends aren't taxed. So, because a lot of people wonder why, like, how are they able to make all this money? So you make most of it through your stipends.
Glory.
Yeah. So if let's say you go out of state, right, and they give you a stipend that's you get $1,200 for your housing, and then you get like $500 for your food for the week or whatever. If you could find a housing or like a room that's what $700, $800, all of that money you're pocketing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So.
That's cool though. They don't pay taxes on Skype.
But hold on, it's different locally. So locally, if you're a local traveler, you get taxed on everything. Okay, they still give you stipend, but you're taxed on everything. You know what I mean? You're still making a little bit more than what you would do as a staff nurse, but you're getting taxed on everything. Versus if I go to Cali or something, I'm pocketing most of that money.
Nice.
Wow, that's amazing to hear because I'm a server and they tax us on our credit card tips. So we don't see checks.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that they tax from credit card.
We taxes. They tax. So like when people ask, you want cash or credit? I'm like, you can pay credit, but give me cash tip if you can.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Better yet, cash happen to me if you want. And if they give me that option, cash happen to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's like amazing to hear that on your Skyping, like you don't get taxed on that. That's crazy. Because they tax us on people giving us money that they're already getting taxed on top of that. And you're taxing that on top.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still pros and cons because at the end of the year, when you do your taxes, they still owe. Still owe. They gonna get this one way or another.
So now let's not talk about taxes.
Let's not.
Because you paying your taxes and somehow you still owe, and then meanwhile, Joey down.
And you made so much. How I made so much? I'm struggling still. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Let's do our topic. Go ahead. I'm good.
Not today?
No, I'm good. Okay. I'm calm. Because I'm going for set your ass down. I'm going for a tangent. Fuck Uncle Sam and all that. All that deal. Go ahead, bro. For real.
All right.
That's why the price is so high now. They trying to get that stimmy back.
Wish I live in Florida or Texas or something.
No, you don't.
Not in a specific place, but no state to end up tax. That's like those two states is kind of like the Wild Wild West. So
I'm good right where I'm at.
They say, yeah, you ain't gonna pay no state income tax, but
You gotta do.
This is everywhere.
Yeah,
This is everywhere.
and on top of that, yeah, the school books you're learning out of is completely reconfigured.
That's kind of everywhere though. Come on, when we was in high school, we thought Christopher Columbus was a hero. We thought he was a hero, bro. We thought Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. You know what I'm saying? We thought all this, bro. The Pilgrims was great people.
Yeah, but
they broke bread. That's what we believe, bro.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? That's everywhere.
I'm just talking about even on a more extreme side. They trying to eradicate Black history out of textbooks.
That's crazy.
They don't even want to teach slavery, right?
Nope. Nope. As
if it just never happened.
Critical race theory. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. You was about to get into it.
Yeah, let's move on. All right, so call in 301-6. We got a new number 637-6900.
6900.
Oh my goodness, man.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, first topic we're gonna get into. Is it important to know when you're dealing with someone in a relationship? Is it important to know how many sexual partners they've had?
Only if it affects you.
I can agree with that.
Only if it affects you. If it's like people you know, or it's like to the point is every time we go somewhere. You know what's the name? Oh, hey. How you know him? Oh, how you know him? How you know him? How you know him? Why she looked at you like that? You know her like that too?
That's my sister.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's
so
my
if it
brother.
affects, you know what I'm saying? Especially you did it with a lot of people in this certain area.
Okay.
Yes. But if it don't affect you in any way, you're never going to see these people, you're never going to have contact with people, why does it matter?
I would say from a healthcare standpoint,
maybe. Oh, yeah.
You know, from a healthcare standpoint, you know, I always think about that. So, like, yeah, maybe. But you just want to know, were you safe? And, you know, do you take the proper steps now to stay safe? Or do you go get checked every 3-6 months or whatever? But when it comes from like a personal standpoint, I don't care to know. I don't want to know. I don't want that stress. Like, I'm knowing that. But like I said, it's still the health part still stands. Yeah. You know,
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a
Did
fact.
you get tested every some odd months or whatever? You know what I mean?
Asked that question before we get in all that. We gonna bust down. I'm like, hey,
I really don't want to know.
You good?
No, like you good? Like, no, far as you taking the test and all that, you gonna need to know that. I'm like, you good? You all right?
When you ask them,
you all right? You took the test? Yeah. You all tight? Was you all right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask those questions.
You can't just ask it like that, bro. You gotta be more specific.
Hey, but no, I'm being specific, but I'm being foolish. But what's the name? I just hate when these young dudes like all they talk about is condoms. All they talk about is just being pregnant and not wearing condoms. Like I'm gonna pull out. I'm like, you can't pull out of AIDS. You can't pull out of the clap. You can't pull out of that. Once you win, you win. You got it. You can't pull out of that. Yo, ain't no pull out game strong in the world. You to get rid. No. Once you win, you win. So I don't know what this pull out game is not. Yeah, they like totally forget about that. Remember back then, we focused more on that than pregnancy. We was like, oh, she burning, da da da. Oh, no, she burning. Oh, you know she burning. No, oh, you know what I'm saying? We used to be tripping, man. I'm telling you, we used to be tripping about that back in the day.
No, but now it's not like that.
It's not like that. They don't think. They don't even think about that. We used to think about pregnancy still. We were like, you can still, you know what I'm saying? We used to do both, but it was more like. I'm not trying to get burnt.
I think that came from the schools when they used to scare us with the sex ed.
Yeah, yes, that's
and they used to show you like the pictures.
Mr. Domprey, man.
You remember
Mr. Domprey?
I love that dude. But like he scared the shit out of me, bro. He told me all the hermaphrodites and all this stuff and all the diseases and all that shit. He's showing all of that. And then remember Denise from my class? She showed him 2 Girls in 1 Cup, and he was like, "What is this shit?" I'm like, "All this shit you just showed us this whole year. You mad? You talking all about shit? You just showed us infected penises and vaginas and stuff. Like, what the hell? That should be a walk in the park for you. What the fuck?"
No, remember how awkward sex ed was at TJ, just like learning?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Like, yo, what?
Like, I don't even want to think
We
about
used to
it.
look at each other like,
Ew.
okay.
We got into that like in the past episode about the youngest today. They ain't then like, oh, they know about that. They already saying about penis and all that and fucking and vagina and all that before they even had sex ed. That's how wide open the internet is and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, you're 6 talking about fucking.
Look,
I'm on the balcony smoking. Like, what are y'all talking about? I'm like, hey. You don't know nothing what you talking about. Stop it. I can't. I be cussing and all that too. I used to cuss when I was a kid too. I couldn't do it. It was one day they were just talking about fucking and shit. And they like 6 years old. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? What are you doing? If you go in that monkey bar and stop it. Talking about pussy and shit. Stop it.
That's because they expose it too much. They are exposed to way too much. None of them go outside no more. They don't go outside like how we used to go outside and play. And then they have free reign on the internet. You know what I mean? I try my best as far as my daughter. Like I said, she's 8. I try my best to monitor everything that she's watching because I don't want her to be exposed to too much too soon. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's hard as a parent to try to keep up with all that because at the end of the day, when she leave my house and she go to school, she's still being exposed to it at school. You know what I mean? Because I have incidents where she's come back and told me, "Oh, we watched this." She watched that Lil Nas X video. Y'all know which one I'm talking about.
Jesus.
And having to just like sit there and try to explain that to her and like, it's hard.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That was a little bit of my issue. I was like, if you true to who you are, then like respect to you, but like a lot of kids looked up to you, bro. And I know you're aware of that. And you probably don't give a fuck, but at the same time, it's like
that's why he's doing it. He's catering to the kids.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, be true to you, but you gotta understand what kind of voice you have at the end of the day. Even though you probably didn't even want that voice.
But that's how he's getting picked.
Yeah, I'm shocked, bro. I'm shocked,
I understand
bro.
that, but
I'm shocked, bro. I mean, he had a point when he was saying that he would Old Town Road. He was kind of talking about some kind of some crazy stuff. But at the same time, the kids loved it. You got to know that. You got to know that. You got to know that, bro.
He's getting paid by.
I'm not about to get into it.
Yeah, because I know where it's coming from, but he's getting paid by certain people to manipulate and confuse the kids. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Let's go back to the subject. But what about you, bro? Do it matter to you?
So when it comes to like my brothers, right? Like my immediate circle.
Yeah, like friends, if I know them, yes.
Because automatically as a man, we have this code, right?
Yes.
If you dated somebody, right, and you're no longer dating them, and they want me, I'm not touching her. I'm not, because I would you would have to bro, it's okay. Like, you good. Even with that, depends on the relationship, I wouldn't still do it. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, little bro, D-Love. No.
What you have?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's on your chest. Get it out, Brian.
What's up, bro? Gotta get you on the show, man. We'll talk about.
I hate the code.
You hate the code?
They hate the code.
It's the most stupidest thing is if you like the girl, even though she was with your boy, she doesn't like your boy anymore. She likes you. So why does the code have to affect whatever a relationship that you want to build?
I feel like it depends. It depends on the situation, because it's weird. It's weird. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you genuinely, if you genuinely like the person, you have to have a conversation. Like if you don't have a conversation, I feel like you broke the code. Like you don't have a conversation. Like you can really like a person. You know what I'm saying? You can really like a person. Like you got to have that conversation with you. I think he deserves that conversation. Go ahead.
Does it matter if y'all never dated? Because what if like Rick knew that you really liked this girl, like you was trying, you was pursuing her, nothing really happened, and she's like, I'm feeling you.
I had to have
And
before.
he knew.
Talk to.
He knew.
Talk to and be in a relationship is two different
But
things.
this is the thing, though. Sometimes you will be talking to people and doing relationship stuff
Definitely.
now.
That's
Yes.
Where's the line between
That's
that's,
true.
my bro, I can't mess with her? Because she could be
That's
like, I
true.
never dated him. I wanted you this whole time. He was the one trying me.
See,
Right.
I
Right.
had that.
That's true. That's a good question.
So-
a good question. Well, for me is different. Like, if y'all not in a relationship and y'all never had sex, then I don't think it should be an issue. I'm still going to say something, even though I know you talked to him, but I don't think it should be an issue in that point. But if you had sex with him and you had, I think that's different. I feel like that's.
I mean, what if
different.
they had sex, but they wasn't like she said?
I feel
There
like
was not no deeper connection there.
it's
You
a
know what I mean?
conversation. It's a conversation.
Is there?
I feel like they deserve a conversation.
You know what? I think
that's wild. I think that's wild. You just pull up
Yeah,
with the shoulder and you like, cuz, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, I could at least had a conversation. Like a conversation. I think I deserve a conversation. Now, wait,
why is it that I need a conversation with you when it really is like, look, she talked to you saying, hey, we're not working today, or
right.
it's not gonna work, and then she comes and date me. Why do I need a conversation?
Well,
with you?
I think from our standpoint, because I feel the same way. It's just a respect thing.
Thank you.
For your brother, right? It like because I had a situation that like TR had described. My brother wanted somebody for a long time.
I just went through that with
They never thought of dating or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then she came on to me and was like, "No, I want you." I was like, "No, I can't do that."
It's a courteous thing.
Wait,
I
so
can't
you're-
do that.
You're going to deny your possible blessing because you want to protect your brother's feelings, your friend's feelings.
No, it's not like that. It's just for me. I just can't do it. It's something about.
You, I don't get that.
It's something about it. I can't do it.
I can't do that.
I can't.
I can't do it.
I can't.
I can't do it.
Especially with the females nowadays,
I can't do
where
it.
they like to compare and all that. I don't have time for you to do that, huh?
Right. I was gonna say men don't compare.
Yeah, but we don't compare to y'all face though, like y'all do to us. We don't. That's one thing we don't do. That's one thing we might
Shots
compare.
fired.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying we don't ever like. Shawty did this, you know what I'm saying? We'll go back to the fellas, you know what I'm saying? Like, she don't do it like that. No, the female will literally compare to you. So I don't got time for me to possibly be in a situation where you doing that. And the dude you comparing me to is my homeboy. Now, for me, it depends on the relationship. Well, I have had this happen where it was a girl that I was trying to talk to. That my man ended up dating, but it was so long ago, and it was high school type shit. So I talked to him. We had a conversation. It was cool. I shouldn't have messed with her in the first place. That was Shawty we talked about on the show.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done it in the first place. But me and him is not that close. But I still felt like this the courteous thing. Let me just talk to him. Let me find out what kind of person she is. And let me see if I still want to pursue. Now, I felt like it would have been a little bit disrespectful just to come up, popped out with him. He was like, oh, hey, this, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just really wanted to know how she was as a person.
Gotcha.
You know
Because
what
I
I'm
was about to
saying?
say, I mean,
I
it's
feel like
high
if you really like a person, you shouldn't block somebody's blessing over your insecurity. I just feel like it's the courteous thing to do to have a conversation. And it just feel weird to me and to a lot of fellas to do that. We just don't. We just want somebody that nobody knows.
Facts.
Like most it don't even have to be, a friend. If you know a whole bunch of our coworkers, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I want, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Well, Baby King I want somebody that no one knows. Right. This chick, she fucked Romeo. I don't want nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, we really don't want a girl that nobody knows for real.
But why is that? It's because you don't want to, you come back and you hear something about something she did or some shit.
Nah, because exactly. Anything. And y'all,
I just want to be happy.
Yeah, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all what?
I just want to be happy.
Y'all are ours. Like whenever we take ownership of something, like we cherish it, we love it.
With that word,
hold on, no. But hold on,
right? Because you can't have ownership of it.
That's right, but that's why I'm explaining.
You don't own nothing over here.
That's why I was. That's why
go ahead, break it out.
My
bad.
Like,
go ahead.
Whenever it's like our cars, for example, right?
What?
Hold on.
I'm gonna let you rock, Vic.
No. Let me explain. This is why I say things a certain way.
Okay.
You know how, like, for example, we love the shit out of our cars, right?
Yes.
Like, keep it clean.
Yes.
We like to show it off.
Yes.
We cherish it. We love it.
Yes.
It's the same thing when it comes to our women. Like, somebody who we deeply care about, like, we cherish it, we hold on to it, we love it. Right? So, going back to Jasmine, when you said, when you had asked, well, why is it that we really don't? It's because we, like you said, we don't want to have to deal with a whole bunch of outside questions and gossip, because we don't like to gossip. Period. Right? We like low men. I mean, no. Okay,
y'all gossip just as much as females do.
So some men do gossip, but for the most part, we don't like it.
I don't know about all that.
Here's the thing, bro. Like, here's the thing. Like, our bro talk, like, to keep it a bean with you, that's fucking gossip. It's just male gossip. Female gossip and male gossip is two different things, but at the same time, it's still fucking gossip. I had to realize that when I was young. When I got older, because I was like, bro, ain't nobody gossiping. Just because it doesn't sound like it, that don't mean it's not gossip. Okay. We do gossip. Yeah. We gossip. We just don't gossip as much as them.
I don't believe that.
Not as much, but out in the open as them. How about that? Out in the open as them, but we gossip though. We gossip like shit.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
We gossip. Hey, they showed it last night. Hey, saw that night. She shut the land on me. That's gossip.
Yeah.
That's gossip.
It is, yeah.
We gotta accept that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gossip.
When it comes to the partner situation, yeah. If I don't know you at all, it's fair game, right? But people in my immediate, in my circle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who I'm close with.
Yeah, called brothers and all that. I can't. I can't
do it. I can't. For example, right?
I can't. And I've never been in a situation where, I really, really liked, I'm into this girl, and she was close to somebody that I'm real close with. Because when that happens, it's usually right in the beginning stage where it's no feelings, no connection, no kind of. So I can easily just step off. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know how I will react. You know what I'm saying? I have a similar situation with D-Love. It's it was his Great White Buffalo. He's blessed now with somebody else, but it was his Great White Buffalo. And he told me, because he always, ever since I met her, I was infatuated. I was Lord have mercy. But I always kept my distance because that was his joint at the time. And then when they broke up, he was still trying to get back. Yeah. That was his Great White Buffalo. Always you know what I'm saying? And then when he, finally moved on and all that, and he was like, yeah, you should. I'm like,
Again, why wait?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why? If he
Yeah,
gave you the blessing, why wouldn't you do it?
He gave it to me, but I was just like, It's just like, bro, he cried on my shoulder over her. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird for me to do that when I've been through the wire with her. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get you over her, give you advice to try to get her back and all that, just to me to turn around.
Yeah.
That's what if I feel like if I wouldn't have went through me helping him trying to, because that's how we got close. Because he went through his heartbreak and all that, and I helped him get out of that. I went my heartbreak and I helped him get out of that. So it's kind of weird helping you get over somebody and trying to help you get back with somebody, and then to turn around and try to be with that person. It was just weird for me.
Jazz, is your family still watching? They need to call in.
Yeah, they still watching. Hey, y'all, call
it was-
in if y'all can.
It was just weird for me.
301-637-6900.
Another example that I have, another close brother of mine. His sister tried coming on to me,
Oh, that's on a whole nother level.
and
I feel like sisters is off limits unless it's true love, fairy
I'm gonna say,
tale
hold
type
on.
shit.
If it's true love, and then
If
if you
it's
know
true
you a
love,
good
but listen
dude, why
though.
not?
But like, bro,
listen,
that's sensitive.
listen,
You know what I've been
but hold on,
through,
but
and we just gonna keep it at that.
But listen, he gave me the blessing. He was like, only because it's you, Vic.
Oh yeah, cause what's the name? Oh yeah. What's the name? Okay. Lord have mercy.
And but even I still was I still was like
you're like
I still was like nah.
But at the same time, it's
But
like
he gave you the blessing.
But
Like
at
I
the
said,
same
he
time,
know
Vic,
you
at
as
the
a
same time, Vic is
Right.
like,
You know what I mean? He know
Go
that
ahead.
you probably would treat his sister the right way.
Right.
So if you have that blessing, why not? You know what I mean?
No.
and you didn't go through.
I don't know. I hear what y'all. I just at the time I couldn't do it.
Nope. You think we cater too much to our boys' feelings, bro?
Yep.
You think we do that?
Yeah.
And you think that's the reason why we got more camaraderie when it comes to
I think so.
friendships
I think
instead
so.
of with females?
I think so.
Cause bro,
I think so.
I seen friends for years date each other exes without any issue, and that's the reason why they're not friends no more. Oh, I thought you had something to say. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it. Multiple occasions. So like it may be a gift or a curse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we gotta be a little bit more tasteful with it. I think. Yeah, Brian does have a point about blocking your own blessing.
I mean that may be the case, but I'll take that chance. I can't
It's
do it.
weird, and
I
it's
can't
just
do it.
it's just
I
more.
can't do it.
It's more opportunity for drama. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but if y'all mature people, you've grown, it won't be all of that.
You're right. It got,
You know what I mean?
But at the same time, is you got to know that you're gonna want to be with that person if she worth it to go through that. So if you're in the beginning stages, you don't know if she gonna be worth it or not, and then you go through that, she end up not being worth it. So when you're in the beginning stage, you're like, no, I'm gone. I see if it's different when you've been talking to the person, then you find out. See, that's different, and that's what I went through with the earlier situation.
Yeah.
I was already talking to her, and then found out. You know what I'm saying? So I already had like, you know
You
what I'm
already
saying?
established a good
Gotcha.
rapport.
Yeah, a good rapport with her. So I was like, nah, I really do fuck with her. And you like, we not that close, but you still my homeboy. And it was years ago. I'm like, bro, I was like, if you cool with it, I'm still gonna pursue. So I did that. It didn't work out, but I did that. So I feel like it's a little bit of both. I feel like
It's a good topic, bro.
It's a good topic. It's a good topic. It's a thinker. It's a thinker. You making me think over here, man.
Yeah.
How many times I did that and probably blocked my own blessing. I just did it recently. Even though I really don't think I blocked my blessing on that one, but we're going to keep it pushing on that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anything y'all want? Anything else? You want to say something? Because I would like to hear more of a female point of view about it.
I mean, when it comes to females, I don't know if I can necessarily have an opinion because I've never been in that type of situation where like one of my best friends was dating somebody and I liked him or he liked me and you know. So I've never been in that type of situation. But like I said before, I feel like if you're grown, you know, and you can have the conversation, at least with your girlfriends, I think you should have the conversation. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they could feel betrayed or whatever. But if you have the conversation and she's like, nah, go ahead, you know, whatever, why not? That's just how I feel about it. Because he might treat me a whole totally different way than he treated you. You know what I mean? It's totally different. That. So,
damn, you're making me think now. Y'all making me think. Making me think. I feel like you got.
I know you over there. You over there.
You can say something.
We know you got a lot to say.
Man, this is making me think about like all the times I did that shit. I probably blocked my blessings, bro.
It's okay. I don't regret nothing.
He said, I don't regret.
I don't regret nothing. No regrets. I just can't.
I ain't gonna hold you. The woman D Love is still on my mind from time to time, especially when I see her on Instagram. I be like, Lord,
should have pursued.
Jesus,
you should have went ahead.
Still can. She's still available and all that. But I don't know.
Oh shoot.
I don't know. I don't know. Bro, like. He cried on my shoulder.
Bro, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna make it back and all that. But she is a Lord have mercy plus some, bro. I'm telling you.
All right.
And she wanna cook. Go ahead, bro.
It's a good topic. I mean, yeah. All right.
Mama told me to go.
Huh?
Your mama saying go for it.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Next. Let's move on to the next song.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna see him today too. That's crazy.
With D-Love?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me what's up.
I got you.
All right. Step parenting.
Woo! First of all, before you get into it,
all right.
You just not about to come in here and just bring your kid McDonald's, and you not gonna bring my other kids McDonald's. You not about to do that. Just because they not your kids, that don't mean you not just gonna not feed all my kids. Okay?
You got experience. You got experience with that, don't you?
No, I do not. No, I do not. I don't got no.
Okay.
So Mama, come on. You need somebody like that. Mama, stop. Mama, stop.
Hold on, need somebody like what?
What I was just talking about, bro.
Nah, you don't need nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Mama, we gonna talk. Mama, stop it. Nah. She has a part of your heart. Stop it.
Exactly. You see the way he's talking about her mom?
Man, she over there. She over there striking a nerve. So the question that I have is,
that video is ridiculous. But go ahead.
It is. I can agree with that.
You know what video I'm talking about, right?
No, what video are you talking about?
You didn't see that video? Oh, that's why you reacted like that, bro. So it's a video. Okay, so it's a video. Where a father brought he has a baby with this girl, but she has 4 kids.
Okay,
but he only has one with her, so he brought his child McDonald's.
Okay,
she had a problem with that because she has other kids, and you about to have him eat McDonald's in front of the other kids, and they're gonna feel left out. I understand that. I understand that logic because. You know, now they like, damn, why? You know what I'm saying? They feel, you know what I'm saying, like they're less than. I can understand why you feel that, but at the same time, that man not obligated to do none of that. Where they daddies at?
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where they daddies at? Now, granted, she came out with a video saying, because she treated like, she was like, what the fuck? My son ain't gonna eat this. He was like, just bring him out here. Bring him out here. She was like, I'm not about to do that. She was like, matter of fact, I get it. I take it. Took the food and threw it away, bro. I said, damn. I said, damn. Now nobody can eat McDonald's. Goddamn. Like you could have. I would have, as the father, I would have took my son to McDonald's rather than just bring it to him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So he won't be eating the McDonald's in front of him. He might come home with the toy. Right. He might come home with the drink, but you're not eating it in front of the kids. Right. And he tried to do that, but she was just being petty and all that. So she came out with a video saying that she did that because when they was together, keyword was together, he used to pay for the kids. Now, at that time, he a stepdaddy because he with you and you got these kids. Right. That was just understandable. But y'all not together, so he's really not responsible for doing that. Right. He's not obligated. If he wants to do that, it's cool. But he's saying, he was like, dang, I see if you got like 1 or 2, you got 3 other kids, and you shouldn't expect me to do that.
Well, here's the other thing that stood out for me in that video. She said that when he asked, is like, well, why don't you get food for the rest of your kids? She ends up saying, well, I don't get my
stamps
until the 7th.
Yes, which is
so
ridiculous.
It's like, okay, what are you paying or buying that makes you have to wait
on food stamps?
Get food stamps.
Done in the motherfucker.
So that, okay.
Done in the motherfucker. I was gonna get it down, but he got it too faster.
Now the truth comes out.
Done in the motherfucker.
Okay.
Done in the motherfucker. And that means you at least got 2 baby daddies. You might have 3 more, but you at least got 2 though. I'm gonna say you at least got 2.
So she had everything done. So that's about.
That's what I'm saying,
like
bro.
A solid $350, $400 right
I'm saying, bro, she probably got flat screens in the house and all that, cuz.
That's at least a good 7.
Look, listen, I was being conservative.
And then my thing is, what the hell does food stamps got to do with McDonald's? You cannot get food. Can you use food stamps at McDonald's?
No.
You can't use food stamps at McDonald's. So what they got to do with anything? You trying to tell me you don't got no food in the house, period? That's what you trying to say?
And like he asked, he said, "Where are the other baby dads?" She ain't never answered the question.
He ain't never answered the question, none of that. And he was like, "Dang, I see you got 1 or 2." You know what I'm saying? You feeding 5 people at McDonald's, you spend about 50 plus. You around $50, $40. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what you getting. You feeding 4 kids plus yourself. Then it should have probably done that. Then she'd be like, "Where my meal at? What the hell?"
So that's kind of.
Yeah, so when you say that, that just brought up because that's
kind of
that's not stepdaddy because he's not together no more. But at the same time, it's like.
But the question I was going to ask though, not even realizing like that story, but like the question I was going to ask was like, what's the benefit of being a step parent?
For me personally, so I have stepkids. I get my bonus children, and I feel like. Just speaking on my stepkids and my stepkids dope. Like I'm glad. From the very first day that me and him, decided to blend our families. Mm-hmm. They have treated me like their mother. Aww. I don't go through that. Like that's why I said I'm.
You blessed.
I feel like I'm blessed. I don't go through that. You not my mother. I don't gotta listen to you. And no, the only issue that we did have, because my stepkids are a little older. So like the 16-year-old girl, she just goes through like her teenage stage. Where she start feeling herself and all. Right, but other than that. I said I love my stepkids to death, and they made it easy for me to.
That's a blessing,
love them. You know what I mean? Because they took me in from day one. So
that's a blessing.
I don't really have that.
That's cool. Yeah. That's a great thing to hear. Yeah, that puts smiles on my face.
And we have talked about like having other kids, but if we don't, I'm okay with that because those are my kids.
Oh, that's a blessing. Yeah. That is so great. That's so great. I wish I heard more stories like that, but unfortunately, I haven't. So that's why we having this conversation because I done heard horror stories. like horror
Of course.
stories.
Yeah.
And I've been through it within my, my family with the stepdad, step uncle, all that stuff there. You know what I'm saying? And I had 2 different experiences with that. You know what I'm saying? One step uncle, he cool, he's solid. He been there since granddaddy passed. Solid. He's solid. I won't really have a rapport, but solid. One step uncle, you know what I'm saying? He think he can solve anything with money. If I catch him in the street, okay. And then the latest step uncle, I'm probably closer with him than any of my uncles, and most of my aunties. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's not a stepfather, it's like it depends on the situation, and depends on the person, and depends on how, you know what I'm saying, they go about being a step parent.
Exactly.
You don't try to be overbearing, but at the same time, you don't want to not say nothing, because at the same time, it does take a village, and you're in the same household together.
Well, because in the situation, we were just talking about with the McDonald's.
Yeah.
I mean, Jazzy, you and your fiance situation, y'all probably would have just incorporated all the kids together.
Exactly.
But they together though. Keyword, they together though.
Yeah. But
when you together with a person with kids, you gotta be prepared. Be prepared, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there are still people out there who are together who have kids from different parties.
Yeah, that's a
who
fact.
don't incorporate the kids together and
I mean, I feel like if you,
and doing
that's,
things.
but that depends on the person, because
Right,
boundaries
exactly,
is a real
right.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boundaries is a real thing, and I can understand it depends on the dynamic that you have. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's situation is different, so you can't really judge off what another person do. It depends on their situation.
But I feel like if you're building something with that person, and you know for a fact you want to be with this person for however long, whatever, forever, you will want to incorporate their kids.
That's
exactly.
Fact.
You know what I mean?
To,
don't just, I'm going to just do this for my child because this is my responsibility. No. If you know you got into a relationship with that person, they had kids, it's a package deal at the end of the day.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
And I hate when I see, like, especially female, when they be doing these dumbass TikToks and shit, and they be talking about, he ain't gonna see the child. Like, in the beginning, I can understand that, but like, once you get like in a certain, it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to introduce.
I don't agree with that at all, though.
You mean like
Why?
seeing her kids?
Yeah, like you're gonna
so
have to introduce it if you're gonna be there for a minute.
Now,
if you
what
plan
I
on
can
standing,
say is that he didn't meet my daughter until we was maybe 5, almost 6 months in.
Yeah,
and that's just because that's just me as a mother being, being cautious, still getting to know each other, etc. But once I knew that he wasn't going nowhere. He wasn't going nowhere. He treats my daughter like that's his daughter. You know what I mean? And he has her best interests at heart. It was easier for me to kind of step back and let him play that role too. You have to be able to trust that person and know that they're going to take care of your child just as like, how you do it, if not better. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I trust that when it comes to him, because he's shown me. His actions have shown me, not just him telling me, he has shown me that he's going to be here for the long haul. And he's like I said, he's done so much for my daughter. He's a blessing. So, yeah.
But you allow him to, put the work in to show, earn your trust.
Exactly.
To do that.
Exactly.
Not just saying that you're not going to see him.
Ever.
Period.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You allow him y'all to develop a bond, develop that trust. So at a certain time when you was ready to do that, you was going to, because you got to. Because if y'all going to be together, you can't just always spend time together without the kids.
At some point,
especially if y'all want to end up living together.
At some point, you got to blend the kids together.
You got to. You got to. You're going to have to. I done seen good, I done seen bad, man. And, it just depends on, you be true to you and still give that person the opportunity to earn your trust. You know what I'm saying? But, like, there been so many people that just disrespected that trust, bro. And just shitted on them and the kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's hard, especially on a single mom side. I could. Whew,
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, because Sharice made a comment on my live. She said, "Question 2 is: does the child/children benefit as well?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
all questions that you have to ask.
Yeah, and the conversation has to be had when you figure out, when you know what the dynamic of your situation is. All right, boom. I have a child. You got kids. How we doing this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's the thing, like, because I never really heard about this, but like, and I never been in this situation. If like you're doing good, like y'all relationship is great, but the relationship with the kids is fucked up. Like, where do you go from there? Like, but we good,
It's touchy.
but it's like my kid's not feeling you at all. Exactly. That's tough.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why. And that's why.
That's tough.
That's why
And then y'all
Jasmine's-
end up being married and all that, and they don't come to the crib.
That's why Jasmine.
You know what I'm saying?
It's such a blessing because a lot of people go through that.
Yeah.
Kids don't like them for their own personal
For
reasons.
all personal reasons, or they feel like,
right. You may be a great person, but
yeah, it's just
the
something
fact that
about,
they're not biologically your parent. You just automatically have this.
dang, like,
this
what do you
envy towards
do
them.
as
Yeah,
that
exactly.
person? If you
Like,
male
I'm
or female, like, what do you do? Like, when y'all together, Like, y'all is he do everything or she do everything that you want him to do and all. You know what I'm saying? But relationship to kids, fucked up.
I mean, it's gonna be on. I think it's gonna be on the responsibility of the biological parent to sit down with that child
And talk to him.
and talk to them.
Go ahead, T.
I have a question kind of combined in the two topics. Why is it uncomfortable, right, to date someone that, like your bro kind of mess with or something like that, right? But it is okay to be with somebody romantically that your kids hate. Because parents will say, I chose this person. I'm going to be with this person. If you don't like it, you don't have to get over it because I'm grown, you're a child, this is what I'm doing. But you're like, but my bro messed with her, I can't do that. How come your bro has more say than your child that you made? You laid there
Oh,
with
that's
that
a good one.
and made that kid. And their opinion matters less than your bro that you, met in high school on a football team that neither one of y'all made it to the league for? Thank you.
That's a good one.
I don't know how to answer that.
I don't know either.
I don't know how to answer that.
I didn't know she had braces. That's crazy. She was like, why she sound like she got braces? That's crazy.
Who said that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Who
crazy.
said that?
That's crazy. Bro, it's been a dude that's been going crazy on my live. I'm about to kick him out for real. Like, he been saying crazy. Like, if you been seeing my face, like, he been saying crazy shit on my live. Like,
He just made that comment.
yeah, he just made that comment.
How the hell you know?
And that's what I'm saying. He was like, why she sound like she got braces? I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I cut my live off. I don't know what they've been doing that to
No,
me lately.
please. Chill the fuck out then, bro. On my live. How about that? My bad. But that's because I've never been in a situation like that. I never had kids, so I don't even know how to really respond to that.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Man.
It's a very good question.
And I brought that up because I don't even know how I react because those my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got a relationship with my kids. Like, that got to change. Like, that can't keep going on and we going to have a fruitful relationship, though.
All right, so I will
You know
say
what
this.
I'm saying?
So I kind of been in a situation, not necessarily where I was disrespectful to her or nothing. So my dad was dating someone, but she personally didn't like some of his kids because my dad has 5 kids. So between me and I want to say my older sister, we feel like she always had an issue with us even coming around or being around. But yet we're very respectful kids. So that's why I said I do agree with Vic as far as I feel like the biological parent should have a conversation with that child to see what is it that's bothering you so much. Why don't you like him, or her? You gotta have those conversations with your kids. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm still dealing with that today with my own father. We having these conversations, and I'm like, Dad, we grown now. I should be able to tell you this is how I feel. You know what I mean? Or how about we all sit down as adults and we have this conversation about what has gone on and what has happened to get that relationship with her as well. You know what I mean? Because he's still dealing with her, and I feel like we still don't have a relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's been going on for years.
Exactly. Does that like
And it
hinder your relationship with your dad?
it doesn't hinder my relationship with my dad, but as far as me going over spending time at his house with I don't do it
because of her. And that was my thing.
So
and when she said the 18 thing, and I'm like, that's when you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
have the conversation. That's what you should do.
Yeah, to answer your question, I feel like in both situations, you deserve to have a conversation.
Right.
You deserve to have a conversation, and then from that conversation, you go from there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, had the conversation and take it from there.
That's all I'm
But
gonna say. 'Cause I don't know.
this was a great.
I don't know.
This is a great.
Great ass question. That was a
Yes,
Great. I'm not gonna say intense show, but it was spirited.
Well, intense as last episode was.
But
calm down. But a nice conversation we needed to have though.
But Jazz, anything you want to tell the people before we wrap up?
Tell them all your apps.
Oh yeah, I was
stuff.
gonna say just make sure you follow. It's at New Life Hydration LLC on Instagram. NewLifeHydration.com is the website where you can go and see the services that we offer and actually book. I want to say shout out to Vic and Scoop for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed myself. This was my very first podcast, y'all. So
you did great.
When I do make it big, y'all gonna be able to say we had her first on the show.
You did great.
The hydrate lady, we know her.
All right, y'all. That is it for today's show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. Y'all be safe. This is Spade of Spades Podcast. We are out. See y'all later. Have a great weekend.
Get money, drink water.